I don't mean to be rude, but these people are really, really dumb. They are truly dumb. They actually took Donald Trump seriously when he said about destroying, annihilating, crushing, however he put it, a civilization. But we all knew those that have an ounce of a brain cell of a plankton realized that he was talking about.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I am sick of it. I'm sick of it. Can't he just behave like a normal human? I mean, honestly, like the president, 3D chess, shut up. Shut up about it. You don't threaten to wipe out an entire civilization. We're talking about civilians just casually in a social media post. I am the first to try to understand Trump and his strategy and to not freak out over his weird social media posts and language that is loose and incendiary. Truly, I've lived with it for 10 plus years. I learned it the hard way when I was on the receiving end of it for 9 months. And truly, I think that was a gift to me in many ways because it helped me really come to understand what he does with his social media. But this is completely irresponsible and disgusting. This is wrong. It's wrong. He should not be doing it. I don't care that it's his negotiation tactic is an entire country full of civilians, men, women, and children. An American president so that the Strait of Hormuz will be opened. It's just wrong. It's not hard to say it. It's not hard to recognize it.
Yes, I don't know if you realize this. Some people are too fast to react. If you take a look at this video of Megyn Kelly, she was extremely fast in reacting, and I don't know. I want to see her reactions after this ceasefire. She put out this video just few hours before Trump actually made the decision, like the negotiations was done. The clip is going around on social media. Democrats are excited, like, wow, Megyn Kelly did the right thing to call out Trump. At some point when I look at this, I was like, this is not how you do it.
Why can't you just acknowledge that what Donald Trump said this morning was abhorrent and that no president should ever threaten annihilating a civilization? Why can't you just acknowledge that?
Look, he's talking to them in the way he thinks he needs to talk to them.
Why can't you acknowledge that?
Because
that is something that no
because I
president
don't take
of the United
orders
States
from
should
you,
say.
number one, and number two, I gave him the space to negotiate with the Iranians the best way he knows how.
All right,
well, let me just ask one final. Let me ask a final question, Scott, for the record. Do you think it's acceptable for the president to threaten to annihilate a civilization?
I think it's acceptable for the commander-in-chief to deal with these people in the best way that he can.
Is that a yes or is it a no?
Result.
Is that a yes or is it a no?
So that's a yes.
Is that a yes or a no?
I'm not going to second guess him.
So it's a yes.
He put out a statement. We now have a ceasefire.
Okay.
Those are the two things that
I just wanted to ask for the record.
Yes.
That's a yes on your part. Yeah. We'll leave it there.
I don't mean to be rude. Donald Trump seriously when he said about destroying, annihilating, crushing, however he put it, a civilization, But we all knew those that have an ounce of a brain cell of a plankton realized that he was talking about big regime and civilization as they know it. Nobody wants to be under a radical.
There is a video I saw recently from Vance, and this video is very, very important. Like, seriously. When you take a look at this, Vance says conservatives should stop blackfailing, and he named it. Blackpiling is how you give power to the forces that are trying to destroy what our ancestors built. They say that is not what we voted for. We are going to check out of politics. No, that is the exact wrong response. If we do something you don't like, the response should be to get more involved, to make your voice heard, and to try to push things in the direction that you want them to be pushed. Our civilization was not built overnight. It is not going to be saved overnight. Truth. This is exactly what is happening in the conservative movement. If the president does something they don't like, they kind of messages they pour out on social media, and it has caused a divide right now. There are some people that are there, some they're no longer there as a result of.
But let's read Kamala Harris's comment. The president of the United States is threatening to commit war crimes, drink, and wipe out a whole civilization, all because he started a disastrous of his own making and had no plan and no strategy for how to end it. I guess he should have done what you did, Kamala Harris. Don't. Anyway, this is abhorrent, and the American people do not support this. I support every last bit of this. I sure do. I sure do, okay? Trump's recklessness is needlessly putting our brave service members in harm's way. Oh, now it's brave service members. The other day it was our sons and daughters, which he has none, by the way. Destroying America global standing. Yeah, destroy all the globalists. We all for it, Kamala. And making life even more unaffordable for the American people. I'm doing just fine, honey. I'm willing to tarry until I can't tarry no more.
There will be some who will call it, taco. Right? Trump always chickens out, which is making way too light of it, but it is also a truth.
What is funny? Kamala, when asked during the campaign period, I think the reporter asked a question about the same country. Kamala actually pointed fingers at Iran. And if you go back in time, Hillary Clinton campaigned against these people. Now, when you take a look at Kamala's tone right now, because she's struggling to appeal to people, she's struggling to revamp herself because she has been lost for a very long time now. He's coming in to be giving commentaries. A lot of people are not even buying it at this moment. What Trump put out was not something very easy to understand. We knew very well. I think I posted a video that Trump will not do anything. This is just to negotiate. I understand, but some people carry it with a lot of sentiment. Yeah, like what we saw with Megyn Kelly. She's too sentimental when a lot of things like this are happening.
Which is that he makes giant threats that he does not follow through on. Yeah. So it's one thing for everyone to say, well, nobody wanted him to do this. And it's another to say that the word of the President of the United States is now something that people do not think that they can take at his word. Time.
Have they ever heard of negotiation? He makes giant threats and they condemn him for those giant threats. And then when he backs them, oh, see, he didn't follow through on the giant threat. Make up your minds, people.
It's why Democrats are like, so he was talking and then he was talking more.
Sure to point out the fact that, especially as we head toward midterms, folks know that this is not only on the shoulders of Donald Trump. This is the result of a Republican Party, an entire Republican Party that has emboldened him every step of the way.
The Democrats are not going to win. There's a difference.
And it's always 2 weeks. He's like a conscientious employee. He always gives 2 weeks.
I don't know if these people don't know Trump, because for a very long time, his language has always been like this, especially when he wants negotiation or things are not actually. And at the end of the day, it always happens, like what we have now. What I hate with the mainstream media is the fact that they don't want to acknowledge when he is right. You pray for peace. Everybody was talking, okay, if that tweet actually led to this peace, then I'm happy. I think I'm going to end here. As of the short clips at the end, that is for a white algorithm. You can always...
Our job to tell which are the jokes and which are the things that are just part of his...
And anybody, whether it's
no one should be above scrutiny. And that...
Don't use it as a platform to make a political speech.
A person's home, it's very easy to understand.
When I look at that video, I don't see both sides in a dogmatic.
The Golden Globe for Best Editing goes to the Justice Department.
This is for her. This is for the people.
Go Trump! Hey, Murphy, you're scumbag.
Thanks, man.
Our chamber is chanting USA. Philip.
He utilized almost like these game show type moments where you're seeing awards being presented.
They're just so disgusting.
Their hands shaken. to the point where they had to come back on the air and say this in Stop 33.
But we should point out as he walks in, he's pretty close to the justices again as he comes.
Other than illegal on either.
Patel posted this on X.
Job.
I get suspicious when any
person's home, it's very easy to.
This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
The country's in such emotional turmoil.
And Republicans on both sides. You're
so amazing. And wasn't it so great?
When it can be hard to hope.
Hey, girl.